So I knew I was gonna fail, but I still failed. Guess that's just my brand. Hi friends, it's Rory, and today I wanted to talk and do kind of a follow-up to my Spookathon video. Now, as a lot of you guys know, Spookathon just happened, and I said I had 4 books that I wanted to try to read, and I read 2, so therefore I failed. And honestly, I was kind of expecting to fail. And I wish that I could say that I was more upset about the fact that I failed, but honestly, I'm really not. I'm actually kind of proud of myself. So the reason I say that is because when I decided I was going to do Spookathon, I already knew it was kind of a bad idea. I was making Halloween costumes, and I was also increasing my workload at work. And so part of me was just like, ain't no way you're gonna be able to do it, girl. Why are you doing it? But I still set the goal of 4 books, and I read 2 of them, which is better than the 0 I expected myself to get through. So I guess the moral of the story is that even when you fail, you can do good from it, or you can be proud of it. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways, but I think it was good of me to kind of see and fail at a readathon, so I know how much work I have to put forth into one coming up, because I do really want to do more readathons. And so now I know ahead of time, hey, you can read more books than you expect yourself to read, but you should also like make sure that you actually have time to read. That being said, let me go through and talk about the books that I did end up reading. So the first book I finished during Spookathon was The Past and Other Things That Should Stay Buried. I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. And I'm gonna say more about it in my wrap-up for the month. I thought it was cute. But besides a moment in the very end when I legitimately teared up, I was just like, it's okay. The second book that I finished during Spookathon was The Vanishing Stair by Maureen Johnson. This is the sequel to Truly Devious, and once again I'll have more to say about it during my wrap-up, but I gave this 4 stars, and I actually enjoyed it a whole lot more than I enjoyed the first one, to the point where I honestly really was like, hey, maybe instead of doing Spookathon, you just like continue with the series instead. Let's do that. Let's not even try with Spookathon. But yeah, really good. Enjoyed it. And before the end of Spookathon, I did start on The Rules for Vanishing by Kate Alice Marshall. Yeah, Marshall. I have since finished this since Spookathon ended, but I didn't finish it by the end of the readathon, so I'm not including it in my Spookathon. Now, like I said before, even though I failed Spookathon, I am really happy with the fact that I did finish half of the books I set out to read, especially because I was so busy. And I even put a couple of pictures up on my Instagram. When I finished a book, I would put the book and the costume that I had been working on onto my Instagram, and that was really fun. So I think in the future, the rules that I have to set for myself for readathons is 1, make sure I'm not ridiculously busy. So no more readathons during Halloween unless I'm not making the costumes. Number 2, make sure that maybe more of the books that I decide to read are in a format that I can do other things for. One of the books that I finished was entirely audiobook, and then
The Vanishing Stair.
I mixed between reading it on in audiobook format at work and then physical at home. And so the fact that I had that more accessible form of medium to get through the reading was kind of what really saved this whole thing for me. So in the future, I think I'm gonna think about that and kind of have it in my mind when I'm picking out my TBRs. And also, just, it was really fun, even though I failed. But let's be real, everyone knows I'm a failure. That's it, for legal reasons, that's a joke. But it was really fun, and just to kind of like, while I was, you know, lying down about to go to bed, I would, you know, pull up my phone and I'd look at the Spookathon, you know, hashtag on Instagram, and to see all these other people who were reading at the same time I was, that's kind of what was really fun. So, did I fail Spookathon? Yes. Am I upset that I failed Spookathon? No. Am I gonna do more readathons? Yes. But probably not until the new year, unless I change my mind. I have a couple of really big things that I have planned for videos for the next 2 months. So maybe if I get some pre-filming done, I can, you know, also slip in a readathon during that time. But other than that, this is probably going to be a short video. So yeah, like normal, I've added the link to go register to vote down in the description. Let your voice be heard. We're actually coming up on voting day soon, so go ahead, and if you aren't registered to vote, click that link. Let your voice be heard in your local, state, and federal elections. And other than that, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye, guys.